Yay!
Come in, darling.
I'm running.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I actually fell my way into you guys.
Oh my God.
This is
So
picnic perfection.
What can I say? I'm dressed for the occasion.
Yes,
I love it.
In
Ah.
a major way. Guys, this is actually the most pleasant thing ever.
I'm so glad.
Only in Australia. What the hell? Why is there a chilled bottle of wine?
It's
I'm
So
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 quaint,
it's
isn't it?
non-alcoholic.
Oh.
It's like a sparkling. Bailey says it's the best drink he's ever had in his life.
Wow, that's high praise.
Yeah.
I'm obviously
May I interest you in a sparkling, whatever
Yes,
this
you
is?
absolutely
You absolutely may.
Perfect. Oh,
Where's your glass?
it's here.
Okay.
Now we have dips as well, guys.
You guys.
Now, Tara Masalata is my favourite. It's not for
Taste,
everyone,
taste,
but,
taste, taste,
you know.
taste.
Yeah. I don't like Tara Masalata.
Well, you don't like fish.
Well, I do like fish. I just don't
Ooh,
like fish eggs
I like
blended up.
I don't think I'm. Yeah, I'm on
French
that.
onion?
Love.
Perfect.
Is that quite Australian? A French
I
onion?
think it is, yeah.
What is my Kiwi friend described this dipping sauce that they eat all the time in?
Tartare
Yeah, maybe it was that.
for seafood.
No, I think it was French onion. You know, it was like a sort of.
Like a what? I love that I just didn't open
Yeah,
that.
because I appreciate your attempt there.
You tried.
I think it was a French onion. I need to ask
Cheers.
that.
Cheers,
Cheers, my
everybody.
darling.
Great.
Welcome back to Australia.
Thank you so much. It's honestly the pleasure of my life. being
Please
back.
have a sip before you answer any further questions.
That is good, Bailey. Yeah.
That is so delicious.
Oh my God, that's so good. That tastes
I'm never
like.
leaving. This is me now. I live here.
Oh,
You're
this,
here now with us.
Yeah.
this
is my
was the
home.
stuff that my parents would get when I was like 9, so I could feel like I was one of the adults.
Yes, on like New Year's Eve.
Yeah, this is the New Year's Eve drink, or the Melbourne Cup drink, but we don't do the Melbourne Cup anymore. It's a horse race. We don't do it.
You're like, I'll tell you
We
later.
They
don't
do it, but
yeah, they do it. We just
it's
we don't.
frowned
You don't
upon.
support it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do not support the Melbourne Cup.
Good.
I don't know what it is, but I don't support it.
No, that's good. Welcome back to your spiritual second home. Does it feel like that?
It does feel like that. I obviously, as we all know, I do consider myself spiritually Australian in ways, and yeah, I just love it here, and it's been so fun. I landed yesterday, and this has been my first full day, and I've been bopping about. It was, and I just feel like seeing you guys. I literally keep seeing friends.
Yeah.
Hi,
Nice.
girl.
Yeah.
Like,
You're just home.
yeah, I'm just home. I'm just with my people in my hometown, which is all of Australia. I've
Yeah.
established
Yeah.
every single inch of it.
Yeah.
You haven't picked a favourite city?
No, I don't have one.
No,
I don't have
good.
one.
We don't play favourites
I
here.
don't play favourites. And you know what? I actually will say to camera, is that camera?
That one
Brisbane
there.
gets a lot of flack, and I don't think it should.
Preach.
Brisbane's excellent.
Brisbane's excellent, and everyone's always beefing it. And then I go to Brisbane, and I'm like, this is a lovely vibe. And you know where else gets flack? Perth. Again, I had a lovely time there. The beaches were literally incredible. It's like I'm not about to say this, but you guys want to beef these cities. I can show you some other ones, which I will not name on camera because
No.
that would not be really the vibe I'm going for.
British
there. But
cities?
listen, I've been around the world, babe.
Everywhere. She's so
I've seen them all. I have seen them all. But no, I am a fan of all. Obviously, Sydney and Melbourne are wonderful. But
Yeah.
Brisbane and Perth, they can get other Australians. I feel like other Australian cities can beat them.
Yeah.
And I actually don't think it's fair.
No, I think with Perth it's just because of the distance.
Mm.
Like I've never been to Perth.
Fair enough.
Why?
It's 5 hours away.
It's so far.
Yeah, it's very fun. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But Brisbane was a wonderful vibe.
Yeah,
It's
Brisbane's
the best
great.
vibe.
Yeah.
If they could get their time zones sorted, because they're an hour behind us at the moment, even
Well,
though they're in line with
somewhere in
us.
Australia, it's like there's a half an
Adelaide.
hour.
It's
What the
South
fuck is that
Australia.
about? I think I respect it. I love that they're living in this like half an
Yeah,
hour.
because what is the purpose?
They know. They make sense to them.
I don't think it does.
Maybe they don't. I'd like to think someone in Adelaide knows, but even if not, I'm like, look at that bird with a massive beak. We would never get that elsewhere.
You know what that
You know what
bird
they're
is,
called
right?
here?
No.
Well, it's an ibis, but actually they're called bin chickens.
Bin chickens. I do know about a bin
Yeah,
chicken.
yeah.
But
So,
there's no bins
I've
around.
only lived in Sydney for like a year, and what I've noticed about Sydney is there's just actual wild turkeys walking around the city, which like near my house I'll be like, someone's lost their turkey, but it belongs
But
there.
it lives there.
Yeah.
That's his home.
belongs to the wild.
Yeah.
They build a massive mound. They build these huge burrows in every bit of dirt that they can find.
Yeah.
There's one that's built a burrow outside my nan's nursing home
turkey
window,
nan.
and yeah,
kinda
it's
cute.
her little pet.
What is it, do you think, about your Australian fans especially that sort of is different from anywhere else?
I think that specifically in Australia, that we do just have, there's a, obviously as you guys will have established by now, there's a real sense of humour overlap, and so I think that we really just get each other. We're immediately laughing, joking, having a silly, goofy time, and then also I think because obviously it is far away, it's maybe more rare for international artists to come. I feel like the first time I came 3 years ago, they're just so grateful and happy that I'm there, and I'm so grateful and happy to be there because it works both ways. Like, it's so rare to to be an international artist that even gets to come to Australia and, you know, can afford to play here and can afford to travel this way and bring my band. So I feel so grateful to get to come. They feel so grateful that I have come, and just really sets a beautiful foundation. And then, yeah, I just love an Australian. I went a little bit Australian when I did say that.
So
I love an
Australian, right?
No. And also, I will say, hand on my heart, when I travel, like when I'm in America, people are always asking if I'm Australian.
Really?
Really?
All the time. And my accent does fluctuate, and it is a problem of mine in that I will be hanging out. I mean, I literally just said, I love an Australian.
Yeah.
It's in my blood.
I've heard you go American a little bit before as well.
I do have an accent that is ever changing.
Transcontinental.
Yeah, transcontinental, some
Yeah.
could say, to my dismay. But yeah, there is just a kindred energy here, and I do think as well, because the first time I came, I was here for 2 months.
Yeah.
Was the Ed Sheeran tour your first time
It
here?
was my first time here, and I did so much. I was here for Mardi Gras. I was in Perth. I was on Quokka Island. Like, I was at the Great Barrier Reef. I was diving in the reef.
really
I feel
did
like
it.
I really locked into Australia the first time I came.
Yeah.
Also, not to mention even before I came, like you and I have been Zooming for years.
For years.
On my first album, I did a Zoom with sort of Australian media, and I just told them the name of the album because I was just like having a nice time. And then I was like, guys, don't leak that. Like, that's actually not public information. And that was the very beginning, and I feel like that says all you need to know.
It's a trustworthiness.
Yeah, it's an innate trust I have.
When you think back to that first time when you were here, which isn't that long ago, did you think that it would become, I mean, as you say, it's so far away and so many artists just, they're like, well, I get there and maybe the people aren't there or this or that. Did you see it becoming a regular thing for you? I mean, as it's going to be, as it has been.
I mean, that was the dream, obviously, and we played the Metro in Sydney, and we played, I think it was called something Albert in Melbourne. It was like very small, and that was the dream, but I couldn't say for sure that it would happen.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, Australia, I played my biggest show ever in London, but I think my second biggest show ever was in Australia.
Yeah.
So, I definitely couldn't have predicted it, but it was a dream, and it's so exciting and cool that it's happened to come through a little bit.
The decision to do, like, what it feels like you're doing with these shows that you're here for at the moment is this kind of like beautiful, intimate theatre kind of experience. Is that what you're kind of going for, is getting people a little bit closer to the music?
Definitely. So the Before the Boom shows, they are obviously before the album comes out.
Yeah.
And the whole purpose of them, I think, sort of a couple of things. It's a reunion, because a lot of my career has been about playing live and touring. It's always been such a big part of the music that I make. So it felt right to go into this album and begin this campaign by doing that and getting us all back together. And I had a little bit of a break from touring last year, so it felt right to do that. And then with the show and the set list, I really wanted to celebrate the journey that I've been on. I've been releasing music for 7-8 years, and I think sometimes it can feel, stay with me here, but it in an industry that really values youth and newness, I actually, I'm not old by any means, but I hit 25, and if anything, I've just been so grateful and thankful and proud of the journey that I've been on. I've released 60-something songs, and I've released my 3rd album, I've done EPs, I've done singles, I've had so many different moments and eras of my career, like little mini eras, and I really wanted to celebrate that, and that is such a big part of my life and my career, and I'm so proud of all those albums and all those songs and playing the Metro and all these things. And I think with the Before the Bloom shows, we kind of wanted to really bring that to life in show form. So we're doing the first song I ever released as part of the set list, and then there's a couple songs from each album, and then there's all the new songs as well from the album to come, Fluorescence. And yeah, I wanted that very much to feel like not your typical show. It's the Fluorescence tour will come, and it will be, for the album, and it will be so special and wonderful. But this is very purposefully kind of a celebration of the fans, really, and of my journey thus far.
And to do it for the first time in Australia as well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you guys at the beginning, we did do a London and New York.
Yeah.
But there's a new set list. There are some new treats. Obviously, My Regards is now out, so that's now part of the set list. And it feels very exciting and very right that it's starting in Australia and Sydney.
So good.
And I'll cheers to
Cheers
that.
to
And I'll cheers to that.
I love what you were saying about, you are only 25, you are still young, but I think it's so important, especially for women in media and especially in the music industry, to not get stuck in that I'm aging out of this sort of thing, but be able to recognize when to evolve as well, sort of like keep that, I think Lady Gaga is the perfect sort of embodiment of how you can maintain that audience and grow with them as well at the same time.
100%.
Yeah.
No, and so many of my favorite artists. I mean, I just thought of a really good one, and now it's slipped my mind as soon as you said
Sorry.
Lady Gaga. I was actually thinking, wait, such a good example. I mean, yeah, so many of my favorite artists: Gaga, Casey Musgraves,
Yeah.
Sarah Bareilles, Taylor Swift. Like, so many. Marina and the Diamonds. Like,
Yeah.
there are so many incredible female artists that, and most of my favorites are, you know, in their 30s and their 40s, and I love hearing that perspective. I love their music even more for
Yeah.
the growth. Hilary Duff's new album.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm a #1 fan. I've been preaching it nonstop, but like,
It's so
I
good.
love that she's written that album as in the age that she's at and with the perspective that she has. It feels so fresh and interesting. And
Yeah.
as a, you know, I'm a little bit younger than her, and it's so cool for me to hear about her life and think about how mine, will become and can correlate to that. And yeah, #1, it's just makes for the most interesting,
Yeah.
wonderful music. And then also I think, also you just made me think about it, but releasing the album Fluorescence is a very different album from The Good Witch, for example, which I wrote, and it's not major differences, but I wrote in my early 20s, and it's an album that's very dramatic and chaotic and heartbroken and angry. And I think it was actually a real challenge to make Fluorescence, knowing that it was going to be an album that was much more about finding stability and peace and self-acceptance and self-love and love for others. And I think
Because
that
they're objectively boring topics, aren't they?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's objectively hard to write about because happiness and peace is kind of boring, but it's also very complex and harder to write about, but rewarding to write about. And also, I'm at a point in my career where I always want to write truthfully and honestly, and I wanted to talk about this part of my life, and I wanted to speak about it honestly. But it is scary to, not be 21 anymore and writing like petty breakup songs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is scary, but it's something that I'm like trying to embrace, I think, and making Fluorescence, trying to embrace growing up and not feeling like that's something to shy away from or try and pretend that you're not.
I do think there is a real hunger from music lovers especially, and I'm noticing it too. There has been this weird shift to joyful songs are sort of becoming, like our favourite at the moment, Meek Fabulous. Do you know that one?
Yeah, I feel fucking
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just met her, I think.
Did
Fashion
you?
Week. Guys, I'm pretty sure I've only just put that together. Like I met her. I'm 99% sure I just met her at Fashion Week like a few days ago, and she was so cool.
She is fabulous.
She's fabulous.
Yeah,
She's
she
amazing.
was fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like this sort of, I'm in my era now, and that's the thing. So many of your audience and whoever, like new listeners, will literally be like, "I'm fucking ready to be happy, guys. I'm ready to grow."
Yeah.
Amazing news for Fluorescence by Maisie. Although actually, it's not a wholly happy album. It's not an album about love, even particularly. But yeah, that's definitely sort of where I'm at. And actually, interesting you say that, because when I was track listing Fluorescence, a big thing that was part of that meeting and part of that track listing was, although the album does have a sort of folkier side to it and a softer side to it for sure, and I think is maybe more serious, quote unquote, I was very resolute with the fact that it had to have songs that felt very joyous, which is funny that you say the word joy, because it was exactly the word I was using. I knew that such a big part of Good Witch was like Lost the Breakup, and I knew that I had to have a moment in the set that could provide. I kept saying to people need to be able to smile during my show.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a big part of my music and my
Yeah.
show. And another big part of it is scream crying and screaming the lyrics to you. Like, don't get me wrong, that's also part of it. But I knew there had to be moments of real joy and being able to smile to the person next to you. And so why songs like My Regards and a couple of the other songs on the album that aren't out yet will, I think, be really important for that. And I can't wait for all those songs to be part of the set too.
Good job not saying the name of them.
Yeah.
Her lips are finally sealed.
Yeah, I know. It's taken me 7
She's
years,
learned.
but I am not leaking my secrets to Nick Kelly.
That's on
It's
being
taken me a long
25,
time.
baby.
That's on being 25.
That's on
exactly.
Grow.
That's on Grow.
Are we gonna eat? 'Cause
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So Nick is afraid of fruit. Like,
Really?
try and eat that blueberry.
Blueberry's
All
like
fruit.
the one I can.
All fruit.
Blueberry's the one I can get close to eating, but it's still a process.
We
for
did
me.
a video and he was literally gagged, like,
This is a crazy reaction to a blueberry. Babe, that is so crazy.
And that's the best
What
fruit that
about
I
a
can do.
grape?
I literally, no, I can't do a grape.
Try a grape.
No, I'm not doing it.
Just show Maisie.
Oh,
we
I
have
wanted
guests.
to do it. He looked really sad when he did it.
Yeah.
I was really sad. They didn't even notice
don't
me.
need to do
These
it.
people just
I
talk.
would
These
never
are
let you
really
do
good
that.
grapes. These are really good grapes.
They are nice, to be fair.
They are?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are nice, but I don't want to. I have never in my life, on God's green earth, seen this reaction to a grape.
It's like a full phobia.
Ugh.
Do you like
Texture.
sweet things? Do
I like
you?
sweet.
It's crazy that you
Just
don't like fruit.
Texture.
Oh, really?
It's called, is it
No, and
aphid? Aphid?
It's ARFID. It's like an
ARFID.
autism thing.
I have a similar feeling towards a banana.
Yeah.
I
Bananas.
cannot deal with a banana.
No.
Like, I can be the hungriest girl in the whole wide world, and I will not eat a banana.
Yeah.
It
And I
freaks
can't
me
deal with
out.
anyone eating a banana in the same room as me.
No, same.
Yeah.
Apart from I don't verbalize that, but now you've said it, I don't like it. I
So
don't
the
want them to
only
do it.
time I've ever been punched in the face in my life, which
What an
was
intro.
in high school. A friend of mine was the same. She was afraid of bananas, and as a joke, I got my banana peel, and I went, ugh, and she literally
Hit you in the face.
punched me, and I got a blood nose.
Well, I'm
But
sorry,
also fair.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
Reasonable.
listen, the thing is that me when I
Maybe
tried
like-
making me a grape, it's like, whack.
I'm sorry, I just left it here. I'm going to
Yeah, chuck that for
Yeah,
the
give it
bin
to the bin
chicken.
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 Maybe the bin chicken will come and join us.
It
That
might.
would be my dream.
They're actually not dirty. They're actually quite clean.
Are they?
They
But
clean themselves.
Do
yeah.
they go? Where does the name bin chicken come from?
Because they go through bins to get food.
Well, that doesn't sound very clean to me.
But then they clean themselves. They like lick their feathers. They're like a cat.
I'm looking for this bin chicken. I think it's
There's
gone now.
one over there,
Oh my god.
right
Oh,
there.
no.
Yeah, they're actually kind of cute. And yeah, there's the turkeys as well, but I can't find any turkeys.
No, I haven't
around.
seen any
That's fair
turkeys.
enough.
Yeah.
So we're really excited for this album to come out, and I know all the fans are as well. And you've been kind of, you've dropped like little bits and bobs in the videos and stuff, and obviously new collaborators coming on board, people like Amelia.
Indeed, indeed.
You get to make videos with Amelia de Moldenberg,
I did get to make some videos of Amelia de Moldenberg. It was iconic. She's the best.
Yeah.
She's an incredible director.
and going down that Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging routes, and really just going into like British. If you're late 20s now, mid to late 20s now, this was iconic as a
Cultural
teenager,
classic,
a
yeah.
cultural classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it was the perfect kind of visual match to what you're doing musically at the moment. Are you
you.
proud from that perspective?
I'm so proud of those videos. The album trailer and My Regards music video are basic. I think they're probably my two favorite videos I've ever done.
Yeah. And you've got some good
And
videos.
I've got some good videos, I do. And those two, I'm just so proud of both of them. I'll maybe speaking more on My Regards, I mean both of them, but as I said, sort of the album, at least the songs everyone's heard so far, we started in a way that felt smaller and sort of softer and more intimate because I'm sort of trying to create this feeling of blooming for albums called Fluorescence. So I like the idea that it starts small and then by the time the album comes out, the flower is in full bloom and it with every song release you feel that more and more. And so I loved with My Regards and with that video, I loved that it got to showcase a different side of me. And I really believe that albums and artists obviously are so multifaceted, especially women. And I am really proud of that video because I think that it was the perfect sort of next part of the release and the campaign was to bring that song to life and show this like very free and tongue-in-cheek side of myself and side of the album and side of my writing and my work. I love that the video really represents that in such a true, cool way. And it was both Amelia and I were going into it being like, we want to make something funny. We want to make something that people will laugh at. And so I'm really proud. I think we did a good job.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this is the most you've ever thought about everything that goes into the record? The whole kind of world building and the blooming of everything. Do you think this is the most you've ever thought about that side of it?
Definitely. I think I really learned from Good Witch that was a lot of thinking on the job because I was so busy.
Yeah.
When I was making that album, I was on tour all the time. So it was a very chaotic process of making. And then in release, I was very much learning on the job, as I said. And I think what I really discovered though with Good Witch was I inadvertently, almost by accident, created this world for Good Witch that was obviously sort of full of like magic and it was a whole universe of the Good Witch and of all the things that come with that. And my fans, the way they lent in and loved that and the way that they responded to me giving them that, I was like, oh, okay, I know now that this is such a wonderful thing that I can do that my audience will lean into 110%. So when I was making Fluorescence, I knew that I needed to retain that. I knew that there needed to be a real thesis to this album, a real universe, a real visual identity, but also it's it's not just the visual identity, it's actually a real tone. It's a world, it's a story, it's a universe. And so when I was making Fluorescence, when I had the name and I'd finished the album, I wrote out a whole thesis for the album. A lot of that ended up being in the announcement post and actually the thesis that I wrote is in the vinyl. It's on the inside insert of the vinyl. You can read my thesis.
That's so nice.
Yeah, it's just really sweet. But I really learned that from Goodwitch, being like, oh, okay, this is, if I put the time and energy into really thinking about this and giving this to people, they will lean in, they will respond, and it makes something so beautiful and magical. And I really learned that again from my previous album, and I tried to apply it. And with this album, I had a lot more time beforehand to really spend on the visuals, on everything from like teasers to merch to the vinyls. I mean, I'm like super involved in my physicals, so I was designing vinyl inserts and like CD poster images in the middle and putting lyrics on the backs of posters, like so many little things that just like go so far.
Yeah.
I love that. The album's so intentional, and I think that's what we love so much. How would you envision, for your fans especially, where do they need to be for that first, from start to finish listen of that album? Because you say it's a journey, it builds and builds and builds. Where do they need to be physically?
Okay, so I have a few locations. I would say for Fluorescence, probably I would recommend your first listen. I recommend all first listenings, but maybe because it is a more overarchingly maybe a more intimate album, maybe it's best listened to
In the bedroom.
in the bedroom. Yeah, my regards, in the bedroom. Yeah, and my regards first listened should have been in the bedroom. In the bedroom, I would say maybe your best friend or your partner or whoever it is. I think there's something quite sweet about that. But then I will say maybe that for your first listen. Also because obviously I spend a lot of time on the lyrics, and I don't know about other people, but I need to be listening to, when like an album comes out that I love, I've got Genius up and I need to be reading.
Dissecting.
Yeah, I need to be reading and dissecting. Like when
I need to
Virgin
know
came
exactly.
out, I'm scrolling, I'm reading. I can't be with other people. So maybe that's the first listen. It's, have your laptop out, have the lyrics up.
Yep. Have your glasses on,
Have your
really
glasses,
ready to
glasses
read the
on,
thesis.
locked in, reading the thesis, no speaking to each other. However,
Whiteboard out, making
whiteboard
notes.
out, PowerPoint on.
A research listen.
Yeah, research, exactly, a research listen. But then I will say, once you've done that one, my favorite thing that people can do, especially specifically teenage girls, is, do you guys remember when you were like 17, 18 and the first person in your friend group got a driver's license, and
Oh my God,
you
yes.
would all be in the car together,
Shout out
and
Ella.
there were certain albums that would be on that, and I don't know if it's it's because someone is driving, so it's just easier to put on a whole album, but I really remember those albums. And my dream is that Fluorescence can become one of those albums that people are, friend groups are in the car and they are putting on the whole thing from start to finish. And listen, I know it's at places a little bit of a sort of softer vibe in some places, but not the whole thing, first of all. There's a lot of songs. I would argue at least half of Fluorescence you can low-key shake your ass to. Like low-key.
Now
Some
that's
more
all
than
we
others.
want in
Just a
life.
little wiggle.
Yeah, just a little wiggle, but you haven't heard all of those songs yet. But yeah, I really would love it to be an album that you're putting on in the car, on a road trip, on the way to school, on the way to the beach, and you're singing along, and everyone in the car is singing along.
Do you remember what that album was for you?
I have a funny
You got a
one.
list?
The funniest one, it's not funny, it's just kind of niche. You're gonna crack up at this. Camila Cabello's debut album.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yes.
and kind of niche, but iconic.
We do be crying at the club.
No, and there's a song called Into It.
Yes,
On that
I
album.
love that
I'm
song.
into it, and you're in the corner. Like, this is what I mean though, it's kind of niche, but it's so important to you and your girls, and you're listening to it top to bottom, and you're singing every lyric, and that for me is Camila Cabello's debut
That
album.
makes me so
called
happy.
Camila. And everyone should be streaming, it's an iconic album.
Have you seen her live?
No.
Genuinely top 5 gigs I've been to in the last couple of
I
years.
know. I obviously
Crazy.
seen videos. I also love her. I met her once and she was so nice, so sweet, so lovely, so fun. I'm a huge fan.
Underrated.
It was one of the only interviews I've ever had to do by myself.
That's
'cause
right.
Nick
That was your.
off.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was your.
I can't
my
believe you
big-
missed it.
I missed the Camila
That's
Cabello
actually
interview because I was on a
gutted.
flight. I know I was devastated.
Yeah, I would be
Yeah.
I'm like, I would be devastated
But I was
by
like,
that.
I was
It's like, you're a loser. How did you miss that?
Hi, Nick, what the fuck?
I'll go
Why
fuck
would
myself.
Yeah. Why would you miss the Camila Cabello interview? Like, what are we
What do you
doing?
not care about?
Don't
music?
show up at this.
Do you not even stream Intimate by Camila Cabello? What the hell? What the hell? We're just eating cheese and crackers, and I'm like, why would you miss that?
I know.
Yeah, no.
Also, Consequences on that album, unbelievable song.
Stunning. Genuinely
Would
underrated.
anyone like a
record.
top up of the?
Yeah, a little.
Also, I'm gonna move my legs because they're getting sweaty.
I was
I'm
worried
so
that mine would be-
sweaty.
I don't want anyone.
I have sweat dripping off the
Wanna
back
go
of
for
my
a walk?
knees.
Are we allowed?
Yeah, we can walk down to the water if you want.
I mean, I'm happy to do whatever.
You down for
I
that?
like it in the shade, but
I will say I could also be staying in the shade.
I'm happy to stay in the shade.
I don't think this skin has not
Yeah.
seen sunlight
gonna
since
say.
2009. Like, I can't be going into that. I
This
will
is hot
literally incinerate. But let me just move my legs. So I think we should probably talk more about Camila Cabello then.
So yeah, if we
Yeah.
want to just like unpack.
Yeah. So anything
EXO.
else?
What was the album called? The new one?
Oh, the new one.
EXO?
CXO.
CXOXO.
CXO. I love it. I love it.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Funny. What are we doing?
The video. Have
it, I
you
love it, I
seen
love
her
it.
performing with Lana at Coachella? That is one of my favorite.
Oh my god. New Lana song. Are we across that?
I haven't.
Insane. My favorite thing about it is the cover art because
Yeah.
she clearly was like, I'm not going to do press shots for this
Yeah,
thing.
and I respect that.
I'm not
from
even
her
getting out of
hugely.
bed. She's like, I'm sending you a selfie.
I'm obsessed. I'm just so obsessed with it. It's so insane. Like only Lana could be going. What if she goes like you? So crazy, and I'm obsessed with it, and I love her. Also, she is also low-key in her Fluorescence era. Like that's a real love song
Yes.
that feels so true to her.
Yeah.
And I love when she says I've got a nicotine patch on for summer, crack up. And when she says like, it's something like, I bet you didn't picture me making dinner for my husband. And I'm like,
I really didn't.
I didn't.
But then
I
you met
love
the
it.
alligator man and you decided that
no,
that was your life.
I'm obsessed with her.
A real chameleon and just kind of doing whatever the hell she wants.
Yeah, that's another example of a woman who's been in
Yeah.
the game for a long time and just keeps
Yeah,
Yeah,
doing
dropping
it
herself.
when she feels
Yeah,
like it.
and everything she does is amazing. And I mean, No One Fucking Rockwell is like an album of all albums for me.
Yeah.
And that's maybe her 5th studio album.
Yeah, well, that's the one that got me in. To be honest, it took me until then.
Really? Oh my
It took me
God,
until then.
I love No One Fucking Rockwell. I should really be speaking on that more. I'm like, I actually really know that album deeply.
She flies 30 hours to promote
Yeah.
Fluorescence and ends up talking
Yeah.
about Norman fucking Rockwell.
XOXO,
And
Camila
Norman.
Cabello debut album, and Norman fucking Rockwell. And that's all I really got to say. And Gaga, actually. Mayhem was really good. And a real... and also Gaga Coachella set.
Oh
And
my
that's
God.
all I have to say. And
All
thank you so
time.
much for having me.
All time.
All
It's been
time, all
nice.
time. All time.
Can I raise you one more? Have you
Yeah.
listened to the Hillary album?
I just
You just
yeah,
said
I know you.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
just making sure.
Yeah, of course I have. I'm roommates. So roommates cut me and I bleed it. Like when it came out, when that teaser came out, I was gagged when I was in.
On the floor.
I love her and I love roommates and I love the whole album. I
The
think it's so
Optimist is
good.
my favorite
Yeah.
song.
Yeah,
I think
love.
it's just magic.
What's my favorites? I think my favorite is the last song. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like Let It Happen or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Love that. And I,
no,
I
it's
love
called
roommates. I
like
love Mature.
medium,
Oh, and that one
an
too.
adult size medium.
Yeah, I love the last two. But I love roommates. I love Mature.
Yeah,
She's a legend.
what a woman.
What a woman.
Exactly. Who do you want in the pop star realm, and
Mm-hmm.
particularly in the Camila Lana level pop star realm? Who do you want to listen to Fluorescence? Who do you think will get it?
Oh my god. I mean, so many people. I thought the first person that came to mind, ironically, with the title,
Is Camila Cabello.
is Camila Cabello. Yeah, with her bleach blonde hair. I'd like her to dye her hair back and then
Yeah.
listen to it. Yes, please. Thank you, Camila. No, I would love Florence and the Machine to listen to it. She's an all-timer for me. Actually,
Yeah.
Between Two Lungs was the first album I bought on CD, I think, and I love her. And she actually, I quote her all the time because she has this song about happiness where she basically said, it's a lyric, it's something like, happiness is so boring. It's a boring thing to write about, and I love that song and that lyric. It's like been such a foundation of making this album, I think, as well. Like the beauty in the quiet and the boredom. So I would love Florence to listen to it. I'd love Sara Bareilles to listen to it.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
a pop girl to me, and she's a huge inspiration of mine. And her albums, like Little Voice, and this one afterwards, there's a song called Basket Case on it that Kaleidoscope
Yeah.
Art, I just loved, and I feel like it would be cool if that reached her as well.
Did you watch Girls 5 Ever, the show that she was in?
Yeah, no, I didn't, but I was across it. I knew it was happening.
It's so good.
And I'm such a fan of hers. I love Waitress. I love her
Yes.
career. I think that she's such an inspiration. And again, speaking about, women in arts that just develop and keep creating such special things, like Sarah to me is such a good example. I've loved all of her albums. I love Waitress. And she's just done a documentary about this amazing poet called Andrea, and that's like really beautiful. I just think she continually makes amazing things.
She makes things that she obviously cares about and
has done it for years.
yeah,
for decades.
and made a
that's so
career
impressive.
out of doing that rather than doing what she feels like she has to do as a pop star and continue to kind of, reinvent for the sake of reinvention. She's just doing things that actually lend to
Big
her
time.
heart and soul. I love.
And I'll give you an Australian icon as well.
Ooh.
I am also a huge Missy Higgins fan.
Yep.
And I love the song Scar. I love some other songs of hers, but Scar, which I know is the classic, it was also when I was growing up, I found that song and I thought it was the most amazing song in the whole
Yeah.
world. I used to
Yeah.
like cover it to myself all the time. And I would love it if Missy Higgins listened to Fluorescence.
Well, you've got an in because you've got your friend Greta Ray.
I
who
know,
is-
and they're friends.
they're friends.
Sometimes Greta will be like, yeah, I just got off the phone with Missy. And I was like, Missy who? Missy who?
Elliot or Higgins?
Yeah.
Which one today?
Yeah, which one today, Queen? Yeah, I know they're besties and I love Maisie Higgins, so yeah, she's my in for sure.
That makes me so
Yeah.
happy. She's
We
a
do
real
love
one.
Missy. She's
the realist.
Yeah, she's got me through a lot in my
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
I go, yeah. Much like Camila Cabello and myself.
Yeah.
exactly.
So I love.
In conclusion, stream CXOXO
Yeah.
available on all
And
streaming
then
platforms
stream
now.
Norman fucking Rockwell.
And then get onto Fluorescence if you
And
can.
then maybe Mayhem though. And
Sorry,
then-
Mayhem,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
then Fluorescence after that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's a perfect recipe for a great afternoon.
I think so.
it's perfect. You're perfect. You're the best. It's
Oh,
been
you
so
guys are
lovely
the
to hang
best.
out with you.
This has been actually the time of my life. I'm going to demolish that plate of cheese.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah,
say, now we can
exactly.
actually eat, not
Yeah.
munch into our microphones.
Once we stop
But I
yapping,
can't believe how pleasant this has been. This is actually the most pleasant interview I've ever done.
I'm never doing an interview in a studio
No,
again.
why would I ever go back?
Picnics or nothing.
This is so insane. Like, and have you guys done this before? Or am I your first?
Never, you're the
picnic?
first.
We mean
Yeah.
it.
Wow. I can't believe that this is it now. I can't believe I'm going to have to cancel all my other promo because it's not outside in a picnic in a
Yeah.
park.
Sorry. See you,
Sorry.
everyone else.
What are you
We're
gonna
the
do?
best. Sorry about
We're
it.
the best. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it.